system. So it's end-to-end customer experience, procure to pay. When we procure a t-shirt and we go and select the color and then zip code, how close is it to us, what's the shipping, what's the price. There's so many punch you get to before you pay, before they ship it to you. Those are the sites the Salesforce team were working on, and the e-commerce team. Salesforce e-commerce, somehow they work together. And you have developers, PO, and Scrum Masters, and QA, because QA will test this site if they are actually working. Now, Procure to Pay project was actually, the team were actually building customer experience site. And starting from when a customer, again, that's the explanation I just gave, starting from when a customer pick a product on the site, and to all we wanted the greatest customer experience site, and we had clients like Amazon, very important, Amazon, Twitter. Again, I don't know what they were buying for Twitter, but I see that a lot of times organizations, all these companies, they have sites where you have to go in to procure something, then you go through experience. But again, this procure to pay experience, the experience site we were building, wanted it to be one of the best, because we had a contract. Other people have contract they were bringing. So we're always doing discovery to get the best customer experience. And the Salesforce, they were building, doing their tests. The QA were doing their tests. Developers were building codes, running codes. The Scrum Master, I was making sure that the team understand what we were working on. Because again, we have different clients we were working for. We're working for Amazon to build their procure to pay site end to end. And this end-to-end had 3 areas. The end-to-end had pre-purchase. What is the experience? Pre-purchase. Before you buy something, maybe you search 5 t-shirts, the size, the color, the texture, the material. Pre-purchase. Then you have purchase. What do you click? What are you clicking? They build all that. This team, they were building on what do you purchase? What are you buying? Now you pay, you buy. Then post purchase, after you buy, you have to punch your zip code, your shipping, and your financial information. It was such a complex site this procure to pay site contain, but in that complex site they have 3 areas: pre-purchase, purchase, and post-purchase. And you, as a Scrum Master, you were just working with the Salesforce team, the e-commerce team, and also your developers, your QA testers, to make sure there was no impediment, no dependencies. And when the impediment, you were proactive to help them solve them, because again, the Salesforce team were a group of team that your developers are working with, so that this procure to pay site, this P2P site, post-purchase, pre-purchase, before purchase, purchase, and post-purchase, everything goes smoothly. And this was a combined team of about 25 people. That is how big the project was. But again, understanding that it was a customer experience, and you have your Salesforce team working with your developers and your we don't have architects, and your developers and your QA team to build these multiple sites in one. And anytime we talk about Salesforce, it's always a customer experience site. What are they procuring? What are they buying? Shipping. But we wanted to get the best experience, because the best experience, we get multi-contract from these clients. And at the end of the day, when we had our demo, we were very excited because we think we got it right. And the demo went really good, because our stakeholders were just clapping their hands because they were excited, and we had an increment in our deliveries. And we also, financially, we had lots of increment. We were looking at aiming at 11 million, but we got to 11.5 million. And my stakeholders were describing that we needed a mark for us to know that we're good to go, and we got above that mark financially, and that means we're good. We're the best sites choosing for that project. And we're excited in our demo. So we continue building, because we had many clients we were working with, but we needed to provide the best customer experience site, which is procure to pay. In that procure to pay, we had 3 areas we were working on. The Salesforce team and my developers were all working together. And it was, again, like I mentioned, 3 areas in the procure to pay: pre-purchase, purchase, and post-purchase. These were all sites combined together that made up for the project. And the Salesforce team, e-commerce and developers, QA, Scrum Master, product owners, and technical product owners were all working together, and it was awesome. You know, it was a 2-year, tell them that it was a 2 years project, and we met our timeline, and we continuously increased our revenue and our return in investment, because we, during our demo, we were always exceeding the goal, you know. And that was that project. Again, I want you first of all to understand the project, so you'll be able to put in your own words and explain it. It's very easy project. This team, Salesforce, developers, which is engineers, and QAs. You must have QAs, people that will test and punch. I had many times where where we have bugs and defect. They will punch. They want to see purple t-shirt, and it doesn't just work during our demo. And they'll be like, "That's a defect. That's a bug." They'll work on it again. The team will work on it again. So you really need QA in this environment, because now you want the best customer experience. We want, when Adiola go to these sites, maybe she's a stakeholder, and maybe she's already gone to other stakeholder site. They already go look at other sites. Now they come to these procure to pay people what they are working on, this Salesforce team, and the engineers what they are working on, the QA. They come outside, they get excited because they have the best customer fluidity. Everything goes smooth. So that's why when we do our demo, we are very, very serious, because we want our demo to go fine. And our lead, our PDM, and our leaders, you know, they are always saying we want the best customer experience. So when you talk about this project, say we were striving towards having the best customer experience from beginning when they procure an item to when they pay. So in this whole procure to pay, we had 3 areas: the Salesforce team and all the engineers and the QA and all of us were working on the team. We're working on pre-purchase. Before you buy, when a customer come in to say they want to buy a laptop, great experience. Purchase, great experience. Post-purchase, after they buy it, great experience. And again, during demo, they were able to demo all these things, and we make sure everything come together, and we had the best experience. And we continuously increase our deliverables at every demo. That made us know we're doing the right thing and we're getting the best customer experience site. And that was how our demo went, and we're really happy. And we met our timeline, we met our deadline, and yeah, we built the site for the 3 clients. And your customer, your project ended, so you were available for another project. So I kind of explained the project. All these sites that you see, Walmart site, Amazon site, they have a Salesforce e-commerce serious team going on building those sites. And guess what? You know, when you go to all these sites and you're trying to, you go there, they'll be like, put in the basket, and you put in the basket, you go back to your basket, you don't see your item, you get very pissed off, say, I hate this site. That's what we were trying to prevent. That's why we wanted to increase more things that we deliver to the organization, so that they will get excited. And we wanted best customer experience, and that's why we had technical POs, TPOs, and we have POs, and we have a lot of product team. In other words, the product owner wasn't one. It's true to say, it wasn't one, because again, this team was like 20 something. So we needed experts. Okay, they're like SME, subject matter experts, people who understand Salesforce and e-commerce, people who understand customer journey. It was very important. So we had a team, we call them product team. They go do research, like if people punch and whatever they punch is saved. Good, yeah, I'm recording it. If customer punch and they discover that what they just punched 3 minutes ago is saved, good customer experience, they will add it. They will add feature. We had a demo where our stakeholder, our leader was like, oh, I love that feature. That is good. So we're always looking for best experience of customer, because when some customer, like, you know, when there's some site I go to, I'll be like, I won't be able to check out today. They're going to ask me to sign in. I hate all this thing. We didn't want that. We wanted the best, because we had big clients. You know, the organization was like one of the biggest rental company in the world. And so there are teams, Salesforce, e-commerce is Salesforce. They are always giving good customer experience best, so that big organization will come back and be like, Esther, I need you to build a great customer experience experience for me, sites that people can buy my new handbag. But I want great customer experience. Please, I want you guys to start something. I have a budget now for 5 million, but I'm going to give you guys 1 million. Let me see what you guys got. Once we start doing demo, if I like it, I will increase my budget. That's what we started working on. My team, we started getting bunch of SMEs as TPO, technical product owner and product owner, and they started telling us what to do, telling our Salesforce and our developers. They started building this experience, this product. Procure to pay. Procure means to grab an item, go punch, pick the size, pick this, pick how many you want and all that. We wanted it to be excellent, smooth experience, because that's the only way we can increase our budget. That's the only way we can increase our timeline, our business with our clients. And guess what? Every demo we kept clapping our hands. Ooh, nice feature. And there were people, the technical POs and the POs, they were doing more research to actually get that's discovery, doing more research and discover what clients want and what's best, competitive. And clients got excited, and they give all those information to our builders, which is our Salesforce team. They are engineers. Anytime you hear Salesforce team, they are engineers who are building. They are actually like developers, but they are working on anything sales. Punch, I want to buy a mouse. For any selling environment, Salesforce team must be there. Salesforce is not a terminology, is not an app, is not an environment. It's group of people who build experience on how to sell and buy and sell. They are engineers. Like, I know the lead engineer for our Salesforce team, which I just did a filter to put all my Salesforce team together. There are like 5 of them, 5 guys. Is there any lady? No lady. The person that's leading is an African American, is a guy. And anytime we want to be like, Salesforce, tell us about your ticket. What are you working on today? Do we have impediment? They'll be like, well, we've been working on the punching this for 2 days. We need to have a discussion with the dev team. The developers, those ones are building code. But Salesforce team, they are mostly engineers, and they too, they have their own kind of work. But everybody's working on buying, selling, punch, great customer buying experience, customer journey. As a customer, anytime you go on any site to buy something, there's a Salesforce team behind that are working to give you a great experience. Because when you have a great experience, definitely you must come back. And that's what Amazon have. We're building some sites for Amazon. And that's what another site have that. I don't like Walmart sites, website. Oh my gosh, I can never find anything I'm looking for. You guys see this pretty dress I'm wearing is from BCBG, it's from Walmart. I went back on their site to look for the dress. I couldn't see it. I went to the store. I don't think they have great customer experience. You see what I'm talking about? So Salesforce team, they join developers QA to build those great customer experience site. And that was the team you were working for. They were working for Twitter and also working for Amazon. I don't know what Twitter is selling. They were working for Disney also. You can remove Disney because I don't know what Twitter is selling, but Twitter definitely, maybe a t-shirt, I don't know what they're selling. But they work in Disney and Amazon, and you guys were building sites. The sites contain post purchase before a customer start buying, purchase when they buy, and post purchase. The first one is pre, the last one is post. After they buy, they still need a good experience before they receive their item, putting their information and all that. And your team was very successful with that. And yeah, that is about it for now you understand what Salesforce they do. They are all engineers, and they are all building sites for anything buying, selling. But they work with developers, which are also engineers, and they work QA. It's very important. QE, call them QE, quality engineers. And they do the quality assurance, quality engineers. In other words, after you build all those sweet sites you're talking about, the QA will come and start buying. Click, cannot buy. Click, can buy. All those things become bugs and defects. Now we roll all those bugs and defects as issues. They will go back to backlog. Issues. And guys, I can keep coaching here. When QA come in and click that they want to buy the yellow dress, when I went to Walmart site, Click, it didn't work. It becomes a bug, a defect. Okay, now Scrum Master will say, now move it from present sprint. No time to work on it. Move it to backlog. We live in the backlog. When you get too many bugs like that, cause Scrum Master, you want to ask, why are we getting bug? Why are we getting defect? Salesforce ticket bugs. What is happening? Do you have understanding of what we are building? Do we have a clear acceptance criteria? These are very important questions which you ask your team. Do we have understanding before we start building, putting effort in building nonsense, and now it becomes defect, which is a bug? That's extension. We'll continue that on that day, because then you have to have a meeting with your team, especially with your product team, if you're having a lot of bugs. In other words, you have a child go to the kitchen and just make a cup of tea for me. She keep make tea, she keep making coffee. Make tea, she keep making coffee. Do you understand the requirement, what I say you should make? Or is it a communication problem? Because, you know, the way we communicate in the agile environment is acceptance criteria. Acceptance criteria, boil water. Pick one tea, drop it. One tea. Not pick coffee. So they keep making coffee. Is our acceptance criteria clear? Those are very big questions. When you begin to ask those questions, they will say, this Scrum Master, you're adding value. So guys, I know right now you understand that Salesforce. Yes, that's how I like to explain something. If I use our normal home things, it just gets it. And it's like I'm even explaining it to myself. So it's like, yeah, acceptance criteria, they are the criteria that you have to meet. Like go upstairs, come down, then sit down. Acceptance criteria. Now you go backyard, you go back, you go front. Did you see the acceptance criteria? And who brings acceptance criteria? Never a Scrum Master. The owner of the house will tell you the only way that you can reduce temperature in my house is for you to go upstairs 2 times and come down. Okay, go upstairs 2 times, come down. Acceptance criteria from the owner, from the business. The business will give acceptance criteria. The acceptance criteria will be passed to PO. PO will discuss with the team that the only way you'll be able to have good customer experience is if you have good customer experience is if you punch 2 times and we get a yellow dress. Scrum Master, you have no business with telling the team that punch 2 times. That's why we need to know our side, so that they don't give us work that's not ours. If anybody tell you, do you have acceptance criteria? See, it comes from the business. It comes from the PO. Then the team, they collaborate to put acceptance criteria together. You know, because the business know that the only way that I will accept this, if it's passed through, if it gets to definition of done, well, it must get to the done. But before it gets to done, before it even think of starting this work, you must have a clear understanding of what we're going to do. And those will be described in the acceptance criteria. Who can give acceptance criteria for things that they want? Only the owner. And the product owner is the person. But you have to align with the team that, guys, you know, this thing have to be round and oval in shape and black. Those are our acceptance criteria. Now, put it down. Scrum Master will begin to look at those. If at the end of the day, they do a square mouse, you'll be like, didn't you guys look at, do we have a clear acceptance criteria? So if there's continue to be bug, you want to talk with your team and your product team, please let's review our acceptance criteria. Once we review that, we'll reduce our bugs, because people should be going right, not left. If they say we should go right, let's go right. If they say we should go left, no. So we don't waste effort and produce a square mouse and throw it in the backlog, which is a defect or a bug. Now we're going to waste time and bring in next sprint. Again, sometimes people will think the organization does not see all that. If it continuously happens, it will decrease your velocity. It will decrease your output. You will not meet your sprint goal. Timeline, you already know that December, the project end. And sometimes they already have, you know, version feast. They've looked at this time you're supposed to be working on second product, but if they keep taking things to backlog because of defect, how can you meet your timeline? So that's basically how projects move forward. You know, it comes everybody working together, and you know, Scrum Master, I just know what you're supposed to do, what you're not supposed to do. And I'm happy it's recorded. If I send it to you guys, if you listen to it, you will really understand the Scrum thing in this project to how it comes to version, how it comes to defect, how it comes to bug, how it comes to acceptance criteria, and how all that can affect timeline. It's recorded, guys.